Stop. We're talking about stuff. Hey, Don, do you want me to hold on to it right now? You want me to hold on to it right now? Okay. I love how I saw some Rocketeers, or I'm sorry, Monica, I saw Rocketeers quietly sit down, begin their math board, and they also put their homework at the side of the table, so that way when I walk past, I can just grab it real nice and fast. We have about 5 minutes, you're a few minutes late. If you think you are done with yours already, thank you, Leslie. You can go ahead and quietly stand up and grab another version of it from our done early.
Mr. Duncan?
What's up?
Could you help me with something Kiana?
Quiet whisper, yeah, we'll get that. But that doesn't mean Kiana. That doesn't mean telling an answer, right?
Got it. So what's
I don't know if I have any. Rocketeers, there's 1 minute left to finish up. Why don't you start filling in like this one right there? And then they'll let us hear it. You know what to do when you do that. You guys are doing a great job. Little less than a minute left, Rocketeers. Make sure, again, your name and college is always at the top right-hand corner. What? Ooh, that was
Awesome.
really awesome. Rocketeers, keep up. Oh, keep them up. Come on, don't just put them down again. Rocketeers, you definitely earned a classroom point on that. I'm gonna have Isabella. When you were done with that, will you go ahead and do it? Sorry, will you go ahead and add 1 class point for Rocketeers? Oh, I love how I still see hands. What's gonna happen right now? When I say our word of the day is actually the same one we did yesterday, and it means a fraction that is greater than 1, a fraction that is greater than 1. You will have 30 seconds to pass your paper to the orange Rocketeer. You will grab your whiteboard with 1 pencil and stand up and sit on the carpet. That's it. Mixed number. About 10 seconds already. Diego, will you do me a favor? Will you stand at the dojo and dojo up every single Rocketeer that you see that gets here in time? We only have about 12 seconds left. Ooh, only about 7 seconds. I see, Diego, I definitely see Leslie's here. Daniela. Judith. Let's see, who else? Giovanna, thank you. Brian, we are sitting down.
I am sitting down.
Alan, right, cheers. Everyone scoot a little forward this way. We are way too spaced out. We're not talking. We're not talking to Mr. Duncan. He's not going to answer any questions right now. Anyways, you all know that. Jaime, go ahead and sit down. I need you to actually go ahead and sit over here, Jaime, okay? Thank you. Brian, go ahead and sit down. Ba-ba-da-da-ba. I love it. Rocketeers, the very first thing we need to do is assign our JoJo master right now. Oh, that is wrong phone. I have it. Rocketeers, we have our Dojo Master. It's a reminder that what you do is, you open the top, you open the bubble, right? Bubble goes up, you see the bubble, and you pull it up. And that's how you get started. And Dojo's already open. You'll have to open your own class, but we're actually going to do that for you real fast. But, let's see, who do I think I'm going to give it to today? I'm going to go pretty fast on this. So, there we go. And we are at. Rocketeers, the last couple of classes we have Dojo'd up to the point where people walk out of my classroom, or this classroom, with 15 extra Dojo points today. 15 so far. And actually, I think one Rocketeer got like 21, which is insane, but I don't even know who to choose right now. So, Rocketeers, I'm going to choose a Rocketeer who I think could be very respectful and be very trustworthy. Are they allowed to dojo anyone down? No, they're not. Unless I tell them exactly. Rocketeers, I'm going to give it to this Rocketeer at first, and then after carpet time, we're going to go ahead and transition over there to our desk, and they'll have a different Rocketeer. Alright? I love how you guys are all in straight lines, by the way. That's really cool. So, I'm actually going to have, Badon, you have 21? Nice job. That is awesome. Rocketeers, I'm going to have Diego. Will you help me out? All pencils are on our side, Rocketeers. The last couple of days, we're not going to go to the bathroom yet. Rocketeers, Brian, can you put all of those pencils down? There next to your right leg. I want one Rocketeer. Sarah, will you begin passing these out? Diego, you're going to look like that. You're going to look to see who has their eyes tracking me right now and not being distracted by Sarah or anyone else. Diego, take a look real fast right now. Who do you see? I definitely see Kevin. I love it. Go ahead and dojo up. I also see Kathy. I see Judith has her eyes tracking me. I see Daniela, Leslie. He's going to start dojoing up. He's keep doing that the entire time. Rocketeers, yesterday we learned all about mad. Everyone say, we made fractions mad.
We made fractions mad.
Oh, I'm going for 100%. I need to see those fists. We made fractions mad.
We made fractions mad.
Awesome. Thank you, Dawn. I love it. Today, we're going to learn what to do when we want to make a improper fraction a mixed number. Thank you very much. Ooh, you also dojo up. Kathy again. There are people passing papers out, but her eyes are just tracking me. I love it. Rocketeers, you're going to repeat after me. we're going to say with an improper fraction,
With an improper fraction,
division is the action.
division is the
Let's try
action.
that one more time together. With an improper fraction,
With an improper fraction,
division is the action.
division is the action.
Awesome. I love it. Rocketeers, we're going to go over, yesterday we did multiplication, right? So today we're doing division when we turn a improper fraction into a mixed number. Diego, will you also dojo up Leslie for me? I love it. Her eyes just tracking. And Dawn. Dojo him up twice actually, because that's hard when no one else is looking. Rocketeers, our first step is to divide the numerator by the denominator. Divide the numerator by the denominator. And once it's I'm going to have you sit right over next to Diego so you can see this poster, okay? So, divide the numerator by the denominator. In this example, I have 11 over 8, so 11 eighths. I am going to divide it, so I'm inside the house, the 11, our numerator, and on the outside we have an 8, right? We do 8 times 1, because I know 8 goes into 11 one time. So now I'm going to do my multiplication. 8 times 1 is 1. 11 minus 8, Rocketeers, is 3. That's 3. Remember, we're just doing our dirty monkeys now. So we have 11 minus 8 is 3. So we have 1 with the remainder of 3, Rocketeers. 1 with the remainder of 3, and that's it. Diego, will you please dojo up Francisco? He's doing a fantastic job this time. Now, we have step 2, which is a remainder check. Rocketeers, it's just a check mark. All we do we have a remainder up here?
Yes.
So I just put a check. That's it. I have a remainder check. We'll talk about that later. I have a remainder, so I put a check. That's it. I'm done with that. Rocketeers. Step number 3 is write the same denominator. Everyone say write same denominator.
Right, same denominator.
One more time. Write same denominator.
Right, same denominator.
So Rocketeers, I have 1 with a remainder of 3, and my denominator is 8, so I'm going to write it over an 8. So 1 and 3/8. 1 and 3/8. We're going to try that right over here, and we're going to do it together. Right now, what I am okay with you doing is, in a minute, we're going to write our names on our paper, and then we're going to do exactly what we did yesterday, which is start, where'd my blue marker go? Where's my blue marker? Blue is very important. Where?
Right there. Right there.
Up there it is. I will take this.
Blues.
Hopefully this one works. Rocketeers. Diego, remember, you're responsible. You don't want to. Awesome. That's it. It's very important. We all love. I love my red and blue, right? Rocketeers, we are going to start with 15 over 2. Diego, please don't go up. Winston, can you see this? You can see this right here? Over there? Yeah, you sure? Alright. Rocketeers, otherwise go ahead and move. I trust you. Will you dojo up Blessing? She's in the very back. Her eyes are tracking. I love this. 15 over 2, Rocketeers. Remember, my first step is going to be divide the numerator by the denominator. Divide the numerator by the denominator. So what I'm going to do is I have my 15 over 2. I'm going to draw my house. And I'm going to say 15 on the inside because I'm dividing it. And my 2. Rocketeers, I know that 2 goes into 15. I think it goes in 7 times, Rocketeers, because when I do 2 times 7, it equals 14. I am then going to subtract 5 minus 4 is 1. So I have a, I'm going to write that in red, that's that outside. 1, and I have a remainder of 1. We please dojo up at Dawn. He's doing a great job with his eyes tracking. He's not being distracted. Thank you. Rocketeers, so I box my 1. So I have a remainder of 1. Now, what? Rocketeers. Now, step number 2, remainder check. Remainder check. I see I have a remainder. I'm just going to put a check because I know I have a remainder. Hands are down right now. Rocketeers. Now, our final thing that we are going to do. Diego, will you please dojo up Valerie? Her eyes are tracking me. I love that, even though she's near the back, she's not distracted. Rocketeers. I have 7 with a remainder of 1. Step 3 is to write the same denominator. Everyone say, write the same denominator.
Write the same denominator.
Write the same denominator.
Write the same denominator.
Thank you. We please dojo up Risa, Diego. Please dojo up Risa. And Jaime for responsibility. I heard that. Thank you. Rocketeers, I am going to write the same denominator, which is 2. I'm just gonna write my 2. And Rocketeers, I now have done. I have 7. The remainder of 1. I have 7 and 1/2 Rocketeers. And we're gonna talk about how we can actually check our answer on that in just a minute. Rocketeers, we don't want to have to sit in the grocery store and draw fractions, do we? If we're gonna try and do something in math. No, because when you go to the grocery store and you have to do something with fractions, that takes a really long time. If you want to sit there with a giant piece of paper doing that, no, you don't. All right. So Rocketeers, we're going to do one together. Everyone has their paper out. I want you to go ahead and start by writing your name, college, and the date on the top right, where you're supposed to. Name, college, and date. Perfect. Thank you. Don. What? FM. Denominator. What do you mean? Oh, you mean write those down? Oh, no. I'll do that right now. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Rocketeers, we are going to do 12 bits. 12 bits. I want everyone first to make sure your name's awesome. Everyone, go ahead. What is our first step? Who can raise their hand? Tell me, what is our first step? Kathy.
Kathy.
Awesome. I loved how you looked at our anchor chart. Divide the numerator by the denominator, Kathy. I'm sorry, Diego Dojo Kathy after that. So we divide the numerator by the denominator. Rocketeers, we're going to write that down. Divide numerator by denominator. Remember, yours still looks a little nicer than mine, right? Because I'm writing with a big marker inside there. Yep, you're writing down question number 1 right on top. Will you dojo up real fast, and then you can go ahead and start writing. Adon and Hammock, because they were both taking care of that work. Thank you. So divide numerator by denominator. I'll give you about 5 more seconds to finish up. Actually, about 7. All right. Back to you to see what most of us are ready. We're going to go ahead and start. So I have 12 divided by 5. What do I do first? What goes on the inside of the house? What goes on the outside of the house? Yep, here. Awesome. So we put a 12 on the inside, and we put a 5 on the outside. All right. Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Andrea. Perfect. So how many times does 5 go into 12? And Rocketeers, just a reminder, we are actually writing this inside step 1 right now. Inside step 1. So as we're writing it, you were writing it too. Or, I'm sorry, as I'm writing it, you were writing it too. So, how many times does 5 go into 12? You can raise your hand, help me out with that. Kiana! I like it, so you actually use your multiples, right? So, she says it goes in 2 times, so Rocketeers. Remember, now we're just doing dirty monkey smell bad. Dirty monkey smell bad, let's multiply. 5 times 2 is what, Rocketeers? 10. So let's go ahead and subtract that. What is 2 minus 0? Yeah, here. 2, let's write it. And of course, we always box our answer. We box our answer right there. What? This is all step 1 still. You're still, which is just because it's just divided, so it's kind of a big step, but after that, it's nice and easy. We haven't done that part yet. What? We haven't gotten to step. We're still on step 1, Andrea. We're still on step 1. Rocketeers. I'm not taking any more questions because all the questions are about what's about to happen. Okay. So 1 second. Let's calm down. We have a remainder of 2, Rocketeers. Well, how do we write that? I want to see everyone write that on your desk. I'm sorry, on your papers. Everyone write remainder of 2. So we have that 2 boxed in. I'm looking. I want you to hold your papers up in 3, 2, 1. Hold your papers up so I can see that remainder of 2. I love it. Oh, I need to see everyone in the middle right there. Put yours down and you already showed it to me. I love it. And go ahead. We're back down, Rocketeers. You are right, we right. Remainder of 2 like that. Ooh, red number. remainder of 2. I want it to be a 12 over 5. Okay? 12 over 5. Rocketeers, so what is our final step? Who can raise their hand? What is our final step? Real fast, Diego, what is it? You can look at our track. You can look at our. Right, the same denominator. Everyone should be writing the same denominator right here, right? Same.
No.
Why do I have a disagreement?
Backing Andrea.
Respectfully. I respectfully disagree because the next step we're supposed to do is remaining check.
I love it. Diego, will you please dojo up Andrea for being persistent? Because she caught it, right? You caught it. You know. I'm checking you, Rocketeers. I'm checking you, don't worry. Rocketeers, what is step number 2? Andrea, what was step number 2 again?
Step number 2 was that we checked for the remainder.
Remainder check, Rocketeers. Everyone write remainder check. And you have this entire problem already written in here, Rocketeers. You have everything we have right here written inside step number 1. For step number 2, guess what, Rocketeers? Do we have a remainder?
Nope.
Do we have a remainder?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Remainder of 2. So we put a check mark. Rocketeers, you can just put a check right there if you want. I'm okay with that. Put a check.
Or start.
And our final one. Rocketeers, what is our third step? What is our third step, Leslie?
Where's the word in the
Leslie, a little louder, I'm sorry. Write the same denominator. So everyone, write the same denominator if you haven't already. Write same denominator. And Rocketeers, who can raise their hand and tell me what is our denominator? What is our denominator? Alejandro. Our denominator is 5, Rocketeers. So I just write over 5. So my answer is 2 and 2 fifths, Rocketeers. 2 and 2 fifths. And Rocketeers, I want to show you how we can check this. Keep writing, that's okay. There is a way we are actually going to check this. There are a couple of different ways to do this, that's okay. But first, where is my eraser? There it is. Bup, ba-da-da, bup. Now, what I want you to do, everyone is going to do this one on your own. Rocketeers, bup, ba-da-da, bup. Please, Dojo, actually, Diego, I'm going to have, since you're catching up on that, can you pass the Dojo to Sarah for me real fast? Just for a minute. Thank you, Sarah. Will you go ahead and Dojo up Ryan? Because his eyes are doing a great job tracking me. Rocketeers, we're going to do one all together now. Okay, we're going to do one all together. We're going to do 17 tenths. 17 over 10. I'm going to give you 1 full minute. You are going to do it right here, Rocketeers. So everyone should write 17 tenths right on the bottom right here. Yep, we're going to do it right there. And then you're going to do step 1, 2, and 3 on your own, Rocketeers. On your own. You're going to have 1 minute to quietly work on your own. You're going to do 17 tenths. It's right here. 17 tenths. I'm not going to be that mean to you. Rocketeers, you have 1 full minute to quietly do this with your notes, and then we're going to do it together. You don't need to tell me if you're done. It's okay.
I'm done.
What? No. Not yet. We're going to our desk in a minute. I love how I see Robert quietly working. Go ahead. I love how I see Robert quietly working. He's not distracted by anything. I love it. You have about 30 more seconds. Take your time. Make sure everything looks nice and neat, Rocketeers. Everything should look nice and neat. Remember, we were doing 17 tenths. So 17 over 10. Or actually, when we're done with carbon, okay?
I don't get it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What?
I don't get it.
So how about this? I'm going to have you for a minute Volunteers, you have about 5 more seconds or 7 more seconds.
You said 5.
Oh, we need to erase.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's why we're practicing it together, right? Volunteers, I see some of you are already done, or most of you are already done. Rocketeers, let's go ahead and start walking through this together. What goes on the inside? What goes on the inside of our house? The inside of our house. Remember, we have 17 tenths. Ashpreet.
The 17 goes inside the house and the 10 goes outside of the house.
Thank you very much. Rocketeers, we have 17 on the inside of the house and our 10 on the outside. We are dividing the numerator by the denominator. The numerator by the denominator. Kathy, what do we do now? We're still on step number 1. I love how you're looking at your notes for resources. You divide what? Awesome, so we have 17 divided by 10. So what's our first step, Rocketeers? How many times does 10 go into 17? Kevin? 1. Why do you say 1, Kevin? Awesome. Okay. So Rocketeers, we know 10 times 1 is 10. Let's go ahead and subtract. Everyone, what is 7 minus 0? Quietly raise your hand. 7 minus 0. Blessing. 7. Thank you, Rocketeers. Do we have a remainder? Yes, we do or no? Yeah, we do. Rocketeers, we have a remainder. Our remainder is 7. So we write a remainder of 7. All right, step number 2. Kiana, what is step number 2? Remainder check. Do we have a remainder, Kiana? Yes, what do we do? Let's put a check mark. And very last step, Rocketeers. What is step number 3? Francisco, what is step number 3? Jackie, Francisco.
Jackie, Francisco.
To write what? Write the same denominator, you're right. What is our denominator? What is our denominator, Ashpreet? 10. Ba-ba-da-da-ba. Diego, can I have your pass? Awesome. I want you to make sure that you're able to finish the rest of this problem. So I'm going to pass this over real fast just for a minute. Just for a minute. I'm going to have you pass it over to Andrea. 1 second. Not yet. 1 second. Rocketeers. So our denominator is 10. We're going to go ahead and we just write that down, Rocketeers. So our answer is 1 and 7 tenths. Rocketeers. Here's the really cool thing, though. We can check our answer. What did we learn about yesterday? Who can raise their hand? Tell me what we learned about yesterday. Oh, only 2 Rocketeers know what we learned about yesterday. I'll give you a hint. There is a giant poster about it right there. I'll give you a hint. Look around. Look around the room. Judith. What is it? Everyone say, make a mixed number mad. Oh, that was not. Let's try it again. Make a mixed number mad. Rocketeers, so what we're going to do, let's check it. We have 1 and 7 tenths, Rocketeers. I love how Robert's eyes are still tracking me. Please Jojo Robert up. Please also Jojo Leslie and Kevin up. And Kiana in the way back. Rocketeers, we have 7 tenths. So let's do the math. Our first step is to multiply. Diego, I need you 1 second. Our first step is to multiply. 10 times 1 is what, Rocketeers? What is 10 times 1, Robert? Equals 10 plus the 7. Plus 7 is what? 17, Rocketeers. 17 over 10. Do we have the exact same thing that we started with?
Yes.
So that means we did it right. Ba-ba-da-da-ba. It's time to go back to our seats. When I say the word that means a fraction that is greater than 1, Adon. You know better than that. When I say the word that means a fraction that is greater than 1, you will walk back to your seat and you will begin this problem on your whiteboards, Rocketeers. On your whiteboards. You will begin 12 over 6. On your whiteboards, you will work quietly for 2 minutes on your own, and then we'll work together as a class. Mixed number.
A fraction that is greater than 1.
Thank you very much. Start working on 12 6. Judith, we need to start dojoing up Rocketeers so you see they get started right away. I'll let you walk around, Judith. Judith, I'll let you walk around for about. I can hear us quietly working on his whiteboard. I love it. Judith, go ahead and dojo him up. Also, dojo up. Sit down. Sit down. Oh, yeah. Alright, go sit down. Awesome. Will you do one thing for me? Thank you. Go ahead and slip this. And then white sit down. Alright, last thing after. Diego? I'm sorry. Diego. You need to go ahead and sit down in your seat over there. I love how I see Daniela sitting quietly. Will you actually dojo up all of 1/4 for me? All of 1/4. Diego, I need you to sit down. Everyone has their notes in front of them. Everyone has their notes in front of them. And they are quietly working. Hands are not up yet. Rocketeers, our eyes are tracking our papers. They are not distracted. Kevin, will you do me a favor? Oh, actually, sorry, you're still working. Never mind. Papa Bear, will you do me a favor? Will you come on over here? I want you at the dojo. You are just going to start dojoing up Rocketeers that you see are quietly working. No raised hands. We're quietly working because we're using our notes right now. So, we're going to get started with your whiteboard. When they get back, yeah. So when they get back, just go ahead and walk out, right? Once they get back, just go ahead and walk out. I see Judith is almost done. We're not asking for help right now. Rocketeers! I was very clear. I was clear. I told you you will use your notes only for the first 2 minutes for Rocketeers. I need you to try on your own, and then we're doing it together as a class, all right? Adon, sit down. I'll get you a marker. Sit down. What? Don't worry about it. Just keep going. No? What do you say? There you go.
Do we copy this?
Yes. I want you to do the second one, okay? Yeah. Do it. The whole thing. Rocketeers, you have about 20 seconds left. I'll give you extra time because some Rocketeers need a little bit.
marker.
You are very welcome.
This doesn't work.
Doesn't work? One second.
Thank you for your marker.
Can you be respectful about it? Can you ask where any marker is? Let me grab you one. Come on over with me.
Come on, Dad.
Alright, cheers. You have 10 seconds left. Go ahead. Keep looking at it. Back to yours. We have 12 over 6. This is a tricky problem. That's why I gave it to you right now. Markers are down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Judith, please dojo up. All of 1 fits. All of their markers are down. Diego, sit down. Kathy, thank you very much for being respectful. Rocketeers, we have 12-6. Francisco, we have 12-6. What is our very first step, Rocketeers? What is our first step? We have it right here, so I'm not even going to write it down. Kevin. We divide the numerator by the denominator. Rocketeers, which number goes inside then? Kevin, which number goes inside? Is what? 12. Awesome. Outside is the 6, like you just said. Now, how many times does 6 go into 12, Rocketeers? Robert.
Tracking Robert.
6 goes into 12 2 times.
It goes in 2 times. So, now what do we do? What do we do now? Robert, I want you to answer that. What do we do now? I love how your eyes are still tracking me, Judith, Pedro, Robert, and Alejandro. Go on. 6 times 2 is what? That's 12. So Rocketeers. Now we subtract. We have a 0. What is step number 2, Rocketeers? Step number 2 is what, Andrea? Yeah, so Rocketeers, so here's what we do. Step 2, this is why I gave it to you, because on your worksheet that you're about to get in a few minutes, you're going to have problems that are exactly like this. They're exactly like this. Rocketeers? Robert, pass this out. Guess what? So, we failed our second one. We did our first one, we failed it. Rocketeers? We have no fraction. It would be 0. We can't have a fraction that has a 0 in it, though. We can't have a fraction, so our answer is just 2.
So our answer is
Our answer is just the whole number 2, Rocketeers.
2? Wait, no, 2. Oh, another way is 2, 0, 0.
You are getting in front of you. Robert is passing out a worksheet that looks like this. Oh, butt it up, butt. Once it's done, you just sit down. You are all having a worksheet that looks exactly like this, Rocketeers. You will start on the side that looks like this.
I don't have one.
We already did problem number. Butt it up, butt. 1, 2, 3, all eyes up me.
1, 2, SMU.
Rocketeers, I don't know what's going on right now, but it's not acceptable. Everyone learn position, go. Judith, please dojo up. Daniela, she is in full learn position. Rocketeers, we are all in learn position right now. Please dojo up, you're here. Please dojo down, Archie, because she is not in learn position right now. She's playing with the sock. Please dojo up, Sarah, and Teresa, and Wenceslao. Rocketeers, I don't know what just happened there, actually I do, but that is unacceptable. You are now getting a worksheet. You will do the very first worksheet. Judith, please dojo up Ryan and Valerie and Kevin, because their eyes are still tracking me, not someone else. That's all in one hole. Almost all in one hole. Rocketeers. Rocketeers, show me your eyes back. Good. You will begin this side. We already did the very first problem together. We did the very first problem together. This is your turn to work. You have 15 minutes. The first 3 minutes will be in a zone 0. Do I want to hear I don't know how to do it? Do I want to hear I don't know how to do it? No, Rocketeers, I do not. You all have your notes in front of you. I will walk around. Judith, I'm actually going to have you walk around. Every Rocketeer that does not have their notes on their desk right in front of them will be Dojo down. But every Rocketeer that does have them, Dojo up. Alright? Because Rocketeers, you're using those for the next 3 minutes to help you. I will not. After that, we will work in a zone 1. Quiet. Whisper. Go. Also, face Dojo up. Judith. Stay there. Yep. Sit down. Go. No. Sit, be responsible. Absolutely. Rocketeers, we have that 15 minutes has started. Our eyes are tracking your papers. This one. Sit down. Judith? Put it up. Zone 0 for the first 3 minutes. That means we need to restart those 3 minutes, Rocketeers. Hands are down. I will not take any questions. I will walk around and I will talk to you in a minute. Kathy, you are doing a great job. I know. Give me a second. Brian, where are your notes? Take them out. Madon. Adon, sit down. So you can be responsible for costumes and then you can go outside and be responsible for the bathroom. you go ahead and will you do a job? Hyman, he's doing an amazing job.
I know.
Hyman's doing spectacular. And when you do a job, Kathy, I know that even though it's hard, they are still trying on their own. Right? No? So? How many? Is it always 7? No. How many tens is that? Is that 1 10, 2 10, 3 10? That's 2 tens? That's 1 10. Right? So I'm gonna write it 1. I know. 1 tens. What is it? Now. So, what is our review? So wait, right. Awesome. We have 7. And what else? What's our very last one?